Hey, welcome everybody.
Hi
I'm so happy to
guys,
see everybody coming in. Come on in. Come on in.
welcome.
Yeah, this is the world premiere of the Paranormal Show and Tell show.
And look at this.
um,
We're off to a great start already. Thank you, BMR.
all
Yeah.
right. Thank you, Rob.
Oh, thanks.
Appreciate
That's awesome.
you.
That's awesome.
Man, he's sucking
And
up early, isn't he?
he is. But we love him like that.
Yes, yes, we do.
Yes, we love him like that. You know, I was super excited about this whole show and this concept is because Randy and I have such a good time on Sundays doing our Truth or Tinfoil show where we like go through this evidence out there in the paranormal encrypted world, and we're just going by what's out there on the internet. We're not deep diving, and we're just looking at it and analyzing it. And we have a great time with our people in chat and having a great time. But I wanted to do something a little different because not everything that's weird is supernatural. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that is beyond me. And I just thought that we needed to find a space to talk about it because, I just can't, especially some of these pictures I was showing the guys. I was like, this is.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Well, Randy, I think it's our show now.
Yeah, what the heck just happened?
Wow.
We lost both of them, not just one. We lost both.
That is really bizarre.
I would have said it was me, but you didn't drop out, and I didn't drop out.
I didn't touch a thing.
And here they come back. Wow.
Well,
what did y'all do?
So
you said weird too much, didn't you?
I did.
Bizarre that Donny has. Okay.
All right. I'm going to fix everything right now. Hang on. Time out. Don't touch nothing.
Okay.
Don't touch a thing. See,
Okay,
this is what happens. This is exactly what happens. I start talking about weird stuff, and for no apparent reason. Now, listen, I have a good internet right now, and I got booted. It wasn't my internet. It was StreamYard that booted me.
And it wasn't just you, though. They got Donny.
It was all of us. It was me, too.
No,
yeah,
Randy and I were fine.
Okay, guys, I got something to confess. Something I need to share with you guys, and with the it's just the internet, right? It's not going to get out there, right? It's just between us folk. There's a lot of like psychics and mediums, like in this whole paranormal field. In this whole community. But of all the psychics and mediums, I'm the most powerful one. And sometimes I just don't know how to control my powers. And yeah, sorry guys,
And you zapped yourself?
Yeah.
I try to keep it in check. I try my best to keep it in check. But I can't contain it sometimes.
He was trying,
it comes out.
Trying to put out he was trying to put out his very best vibe, but it just came on too strong and just wiped us out.
By the way, do you know why I tell people I'm the most powerful psychic in the paranormal world? Because every other psychic is too modest, so that no one would say, no, I'm more powerful than you. No psychic would say that. So I win by default.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm going to make a shirt.
Goodness.
Most powerful psychic.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, let's continue on now that we've got the I don't know what happened out of the way. Of course, you got to have technical difficulty, and for it being on StreamYard for it to kick me out is weird. It only happens every once in a great while, and it's usually when I'm talking about something paranormal. So I don't know what's happening there. Right.
Yeah.
So, but what we're going to do every week is we're going to bring up pictures and things like that, and we're just going to talk about these things. We're not going to sit here and analyze it, but we may say if we think it's fake, we may. But most of this stuff is just weird, and these things are out there all over the internet, and some of them have a backstory, some of them don't. So don't expect a big explanation on what these things are. But thank you, Gary. We appreciate you, Gary. So, I mean, let's go ahead and
Which one do you want to
let's
start
move
with first?
pick. Just pick. I sent you a whole, but just what do you think is weird out of the ones I picked today?
I want to save that one for later. Okay. So let's start with good old Abe Lincoln.
Yeah. You
Good
know,
old
I
Mary
saw
Todd.
this. Right. And I seen this and I'm thinking, wow, that's kind of weird. And then I start looking all over the internet and I'm finding several from the same photographer that was doing this for a lot of people. So he was actually using a double exposure and putting these people's loved ones in with their picture. So we know for a fact that this is not real.
Oh, okay.
But my question to everybody here on the panel is, would you do that? Would you
No.
take this picture and have your loved one in it?
No. That's just creepy to me.
Wait, that wasn't well. Okay, so a while back I did a show on Mary Todd Lincoln about her involvement in the whole paranormal thing, and when you
Yes.
read back on her life and like what she was doing on a regular basis, going to these seances, and that whole scene of the, I guess you would call it the DC paranormal seance scene of like the mid 1800s. She was obsessed with the topic pretty hard. It's safe. It would be safe to assume that if she were alive today, she'd probably be right up here in the chats watching all these shows because she was pretty hardcore obsessed. I mean, it was like that was like her social life, was going to all these like paranormal talks and seances, and they had their own version of podcasts which were basically live stage shows where they would have like mediums and psychics go on stage, and then it would be the people in the crowd, just like we're doing now, except it was live because technology, and they would have these big town hall discussions and people would ask questions, and it was like the 19th century version of the current paranormal scene minus all the technology. So yeah, I mean, I can imagine her doing pictures like that.
Right. Well, I want to thank Randy. Thanks, Randy, for the truth or tinfoil. Yes. And then we just got a new one in from T-Bone.
Oh.
Yep, got 5 from T-Bone, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel bad it's covering Donny up. I'm sorry, Donny.
Oh, that's all right.
It's okay.
It's right. We're good with that. Don't worry about it.
All right, he'll come back. But, I wanted to ask this question, and, maybe people in chat have a different view on this. But what if a first lady today or in recent decades were to have that? I mean, what if they were heavily into the paranormal and went to seances and ghost hunted? What do you think people would think of that first lady? Would they think that they were crazy, or what do you think?
Let Paul go first on that one.
Thank you. I would think that, I mean, we wouldn't think that she'd be crazy.
No, absolutely not.
But, possibly the general public might. I mean, going ghost hunting, is one thing. I mean, you're not really, well, I guess you are kind of trying to draw spirits out, but the seance just seems a little more out there to me. So I would say that they would be ridiculed more for that.
Yeah, seances aren't really in they're not in practice hardly anymore. A lot of people have just kind of thrown that to the wayside. I never really had good results with them. So I was just, I'm thinking, oh, well, that's just something else. I just really didn't throw myself into them, or, my heart wasn't in it basically, or my mind wasn't either. So I just didn't really do it. But I mean, I think that if our first lady today, she would be ridiculed. Her husband probably wouldn't be president.
Most likely. I don't know about the not being president part, but yeah, as far as a seance, now if she come out and she said, "Hey, I'm a ghost hunter. I got my REM pod here. I got my I got my tri-field detector. I got my EVP recorder. I got this. I got a K2 meter. I got whatever the case might be. I got my night vision camera, my thermal cameras. She's probably going to have a following a mile long. Just want to say, okay, let's go done with it.
I think that would be kind of cool.
And I thought about that too. I mean, we have had famous movie actors become presidents and and governors and you know, it's like,
you could say it's just one though, actually.
Yeah.
well, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, we gotta love him too, you know.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him as a governor.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right.
But I would think that the government. Kim's right. I don't think that the government would let if a first lady or anybody, president or first lady, I don't think that they would let that get out in public too much.
I don't either. I don't either.
Your people in charge of your press corps and stuff, your press secretaries and stuff, they're gonna stop that before it ever gets anywhere.
Right. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, I did find this picture, and I know that it's not real, that it was done by a photographer, and but I just found it strange that she would have that done. And if you look on the internet, you'll find that several people have done it of their spouses, their children, and I'm just like, you know, I want to keep those memories of when they were alive. I don't want to have that. I don't want that. You know what I mean?
No. I sure as heck wouldn't display it.
No.
Well, it was a little different back then because, you know, with the limited research I did into that whole scene back in Mary Todd Lincoln's day, like the social circle that they did these seances with, they were all like members of government. That was their way of socializing. Well, it was all the high members of society. I know, like, Lincoln's chief of staff would be there, and that would be their way of hanging out. You have to consider there were only really two forms of entertainment back then, right? It was either a public theater, which didn't quite work out so well for her husband, and the paranormal seances stuff. You know,
or dinner parties. You know, something.
Yeah, they didn't even have like sports back then, right? The only sports there were like just wrestling. They didn't have like baseball or nothing. That was literally it. And in Washington, D.C. at the time, that was their way of hanging out. So all of the elite members of society would just be going to seances and paranormal, like town hall live shows.
Magicians.
Yeah. So it was a lot more normal back then. That was like kind of your only way of hanging out.
But see, the thing is that they kept it in secret. Like it was a big secret. But everybody was doing it, but it was a big secret because everybody had their little circle of friends that they would do these things with. You know, that was their entertainment. They'd get together, but it was a secret, but everybody was doing it. So
Well, here's my question on it then. Now, fast forward a few years from this, and it wasn't a whole lot more years when Houdini started going in and you know, debunking the seances and the mediums.
Yeah. That was early. That was more, that was later on, but
like right after 1900 to 1910 or so, right?
Yeah.
Now, when he was doing after he passed away, then his wife kept going to him to find out, and she said they discussed, obviously, if he could do it, he would find a way to contact her through a seance. So she went and had every quote unquote reputable one that she could have to see if he could, you know, come through and talk to her, and never did because they had a set phrase that no one knew but them two, and she said they never got uttered.
Right.
Interesting.
Right. Well, let's move on to the next picture.
Let's find the next one. This one was
this one was a little strange to me. Now, Randy, and you should be in on this one. Tell me what you see.
I'm looking. Well,
the dog on the floor?
Talking about the dog on the floor?
No.
Actually, they're on both sides. It's on both sides.
If you look to the if you look to the left of your screen, right by the suit of armor there and the fireplace, look right on the edge of that fireplace.
Oh, I see it.
Oh,
I see what you're talking about.
Do you see her?
I see right. I get it right now. It's superimposed. Just looking at it right now, I tell you it's superimposed.
Can you zoom in on that, please? I know it gets a little bit pixelated.
Yeah.
I'm not even worried about pixelated. You can see the frame around her.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Do you
I
see
that.
it?
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I found this. I found this on the internet, and they said that this was deemed real, that it has been verified. And I said, who verified it? Remind me not to use them.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you see the pixelation all the way around this figure.
Mm-hmm.
But from a
Even when
distance,
even
it looks
different
good.
color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even when you pointed it out to me, I was like, well, yeah, it's fake, because honestly, right from there, if you zoom up to where you could just see it and you point it out, I mean, it doesn't fit. The lightness above the head,
Yeah.
takes out the darkness of the fireplace mantle.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Guess what? That don't happen if it's a manifestation. That happens when there's an overlay.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
So
now that's all
I
I
found
can
that
see.
really weird that
That's what
when we are looking on the internet, we're finding that there is a lot of faked items out there.
Oh, yeah.
But I just wanted to show everybody what a good one to show. If it was fake, you could actually see the outline of the person there.
You better make that red.
A circle.
There you go.
Oh yeah, you need that
There.
red circle. Oh
Get
yeah.
that red circle.
Guess what? He just made it real right there.
Here, wait, I could.
It's all real now. But like I said, I saw that. Now I started looking at it. I'm like, that is inserted right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what he's doing. He's trying to hide the overlay.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
No.
Doesn't work, Paul. Even though you tried.
I tried.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, I wasn't even looking for that, honestly, because what drew my attention right off the bat was the dogs on the floor, and I'm guessing that those are stuffed dogs of some sort, part of a display or something.
Right.
I think I've
Oh.
seen this one.
Yeah, so you got to look at this. I mean, the picture on the right is the full picture, but what we're looking at is actually on the left. Can anybody see what is wrong there? Because it kind of freaked me out a little bit, because I looked at it, and I was like, not only is it there, it looks creepy.
I saw it right away. Yeah.
Yeah, the hand on her shoulder.
Yeah, thanks for giving it away,
Oh,
Randy.
that's
Not
what
letting
creeped you out.
anybody guess.
Oh, I see it. Hold on.
Do you see it?
I think it's a misinterpretation. I don't think it's the actual hand, though.
Oh, okay.
Well,
doesn't
Randy,
look
you
like
just
her
go ahead and tell
shirt
us
or
what you
anything.
think that is. I thought it was
I'm trying to look at
strange.
it right now. It's strange, yeah, but I'm trying to see if there's a way I can actually kind of debunk it, because I can't really.
Unless this person
That
has a
was
strange
where
growth on her
everybody's at.
elbow.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm trying to see. What's coming from behind her to do that? Now, just leave it zooming in like this and scroll to the right. There you go. Keep going. All right. So, yeah, it looks like fingers, yes, but almost like they look like spaghetti fingers. Like the Wicked Witch of the West type thing coming over the.
That's exactly what caught my eye. I'm like, it's not only that it's there, it's very creepy looking.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't tell you exactly what it is, because, quite frankly, there's nothing there, because it looks honestly like there's a thumbnail there as well.
Right.
But there's no real
That would be
fingernail.
the thumb kind of tucking in under there.
But there's no real fingernails either, though.
No.
And it looks like you should have fingernails.
That's if it manifested that way.
Yeah, and that's what I can't tell. And to say that it's an actual manifestation to start with, because once again, what was the time frame for this?
I don't think that I sent you the information there, Paul. There was just a little bit of something on it. It was something. Wasn't it called the Laundry Girls or
Irish
something?
Linen Girls from
Linen
1900. Hang on.
Okay, so
There
from
you go.
Okay, but
Yes.
then you're right there in that same time frame where they were spoofing a lot of the pictures. I can't say that's what it is, obviously, because I can't tell. But it looks like a hand. It does. I'm with you. It looks like a hand.
Let's see. This photo of Ghost depicts Irish linen workers in their workshop. In 2015, it was included in the Getty Images collection and first appeared on the net. Look at the
Yeah, the Getty Images are something really cool to look at.
Oh yeah.
Only because there's a lot of stuff that you can't debunk, and then there's a lot of stuff you can. So it's really a great page to go look at.
Well, yeah, because I mean the Mary Todd Lincoln one is on there too. So
yeah, did you see what Corey Cole said? Put that comment up.
Hey, Gary.
We have the explanation. It has now been explained.
Maybe that's her. Okay.
Oh, like Total
There
Recall.
I like that.
There you go.
Yeah. You know what kind of
There it
freaked me
is.
out about
That's
that picture?
interesting.
Actually, do you know what kind of freaked me out about that picture? The fact that that girl kind of looks like if you took Randy and turned him into a young girl. That's what it looks like. And that freaks me out more than anything. She kind of looks like Randy in the face, sort of, and that scares me.
That
scares
It
me.
could be, it could be a relation somewhere, maybe.
I don't think I have any
Maybe.
Irish.
I mean,
the
man,
fingers to me look
yeah.
almost like E.T.'s fingers from
them
the movie.
ladies had some forearms on them, didn't they?
Yeah, they were doing
washing
laundry.
on the washboards. That they did, yeah.
Yeah, they probably had strong grip.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, did anybody else realize that the acronym for our show name is PST?
you told me you didn't like acronyms.
I like ours. Psst.
Okay, let's make this crap go along. I see what's happening now.
Okay.
Thank you for pulling that one off because I was sitting there studying it.
You want it back on there?
No, I don't want it back on because I was trying to figure out if I was actually related to that lady or not.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
no.
I was like, yo, she kind of looks like Randy. That's making me feel funny.
Yeah, okay, this one here. Okay, this is another one that was stated that it is 100% real.
They all say
but
that.
I'm going to let everybody else decide on that.
Let me read this. Are you me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, read it.
This is one of the most famous paranormal photos that was examined by experts and proven to be real without undergoing any tampering or double exposure manipulations. The author of this image is Chris Brackley, who decided to take some photos in the church in 1982. Together with Chris, there were 4 people in the church, but none of them was standing in the loft. So none of them were standing.
So, yeah, so the far right is what that image is, blown up. But that's what it looked like to be on the left when it was taken.
Like my cousin's daughter.
Is actually what?
My cousin's daughter. I mean, she wasn't even born then, but it's weird.
Well, because I was trying to figure out, I mean, to me, when you're looking back from it, when you're not zoomed in on, when you're looking back, it kind of reminds me of a clown. That's what I thought it was at first. And I thought, what is a clown doing in there?
Yeah.
That's what I actually thought.
With the weird neck thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't know what they wear in their church for their spiritual robes or whatever. So I don't know.
Robes.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking, something. But it looks more female to me.
It is. It looks female to me.
So that took me back.
What kind of a bowl type haircut?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of a feather in front, but
like a Shaggy's early '80s haircut.
Yeah, well, a Dorothy Hamill haircut. Let's put it that way for anybody to remember.
Yeah, there you go. She was a famous ice skater. If anybody's out there young enough not to know.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are out there and you're not young enough, or you're young enough to not know, you need to go somewhere else. Anyway.
Oh, you just hush, Randy.
I'm having fun. No, I'm not. I'm just the more I'm looking at it. I mean, on the left side of it, I mean, there's no lines there to show any kind of an overlay or anything like that.
No.
And the right side kind of brightens up with almost like a mist, if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it even comes from the mouth a little bit. So, but that does have a little bit of lineage, but I don't think it's due to the to an overlay, really.
You mean right
Okay.
here?
It's tough to say because when you go down to the banister area or the banister area that you're hovering over right there, it does have the lines that you look for a pixelation overlay, or in this case, if it's 82, most likely it was some sort of negative overlay, is what it was. Yeah. They had a negative that they put on top of it and then put this with it.
So
right. I do have a question for everybody, real quick. I've never been in a church that was still actively going that had this type of activity.
Wow.
I don't know. I guess that's me, on my my Christian-based theory that I've never felt or seen a ghost in church.
No, I hadn't either. Now I've heard of spirits of ladies, you got your church ladies in every town. That's their whole fiber of being is to be that church every Wednesday night. In Baptist case, every Wednesday night, every Sunday morning, every Sunday night, every vacation Bible school. That's all they live for, is to be in that church for whatever reason. And could it be something like that? Because that's where she was happiest. You know what I mean?
Now, my question is this a separate room from this? Because I know there's a pillar there, but this almost looks like the wall back here ends right.
If I'm not mistaken, when I looked this up, when I saw this one the first time, when I was looking it up for the show, we never used it on the show because we didn't never get to it. But the first time I looked at it, there was another explanation or another write-up that came with it, and that was the choir loft up there, if I'm not mistaken.
This part here?
Where she's standing at up there is the quote-unquote choir loft.
Now, there's no railing here. So...
Well, no, and that's what I'm saying. She's above that, and I think the railing is that brown piece right in front of you.
Right there.
Up lower. I think that's the actual railing.
Oh, then this is just a wall there. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that right there.
This there.
Or just maybe a partition blocking it off because they have something back there.
Yeah.
It could be about anything.
Yeah, it's definitely a ghost. 100%. That's my vote.
You think so, Donny?
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Are you sure it's not Elvis?
No, it's a bajillion% a ghost. That's what I think. But I'm kind of biased like that. Anytime I see a paranormal picture and they do show me a red circle, I'm like, oh, there's Bigfoot. Yep, that's it. 1,000%. 1,000%.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a ghost of a nun, I think, or like, one of the.
It might have could have been one of the ladies in the choir.
Maybe it's like a priest.
That looks womanish.
Womanish.
Yeah, I'm thinking choir. Choir outfit and such.
Choir girl.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
It's like girl, more like choir.
Without knowing the angle up there and what that balcony area looks like. Like I said, I would think choir loft, but I don't know for sure. I really don't. Yeah. I'd have to look it up on mine too and see what happens.
Well, we're going to leave it then. We're going to just move on to the next picture and just let everybody decide on their own what they think that is or isn't.
Let's just get weird now.
Yeah, let's get weird. Ladies and gentlemen.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Wait.
The spookiest picture. This is the spookiest picture I have ever seen in my life.
They have to figure it out. They have to figure out what it is.
Is this real? Go ahead and comment. Everybody, is it real?
It's freaky, all right. It's definitely freaky.
It's big.
Here it comes.
I mean, I was trying to cover it too. I got the name of it right there.
Yeah, I saw you trying to cover it.
All right.
But it highlighted it. It highlighted it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There it
Oh, yeah.
is. Bark at the moon, ladies and gentlemen. Bark at the
Good old
moon.
Ozzy.
That it is.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta love him.
That is the greatness. That is Ozzy.
I know, but I saw that today and I went, oh gosh, we just gotta take a second just to talk to him. I mean, because I thought that was like one of the greatest pictures he's ever taken.
Oh yeah. Great album cover.
All right. This cute little girl.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Now this has the date on it. Just to let you know.
Okay. 2010.
So
Okay.
so we know it was a digital
Uh-huh.
camera.
Man, that little girl's probably in high school right now.
And it doesn't look like a phone camera. It was probably an actual digital.
Yeah, digital camera.
You want to know the funniest thing? She was born this picture was taken 6 days before my daughter was born.
Huh.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
I thought you were going to say 6 days before this girl was born. I'm like, whoa, that's really
No.
creepy.
I'm telling you
No,
what, she aged
no,
quick.
6 days before this picture was taken. 6 days after, 6 days after. But do we see anything weird about this picture?
She's got pierced ears
I
already.
mean,
Now that just makes me mad with Pierce.
The color of the flowers don't match her shirt.
that's
Is there
it.
something in that
Okay.
door?
Yes,
How
if
about
you'll
that? I'm
zoom
looking
into
back
the
there.
door frame, please.
Yeah. That's exactly where I was looking. That dark shadow back there.
This here?
Yep, go up.
That's as
Drag
far
it
as I
up.
can get.
No,
right.
drag it down so we can
Oh, the-
see the top of the
this?
door frame.
Yeah. Go higher.
Yeah, keep going.
Go
Keep
higher.
going. There you go.
This here? I thought it was this. Because that looks like a hat.
Yeah, that does
Yeah,
look like
nope.
a hat down there. That's what I was thinking at first.
That looks
But
like the
that's
Hat Man kind of
That's a mist
squatting
of a
down.
lady. That's a mist of a lady. I can see it now.
Yeah.
Sure it's not a
Like
choir girl?
almost like she's coming down the stairs or something, you know? If that's stairs back there, I can't tell because it looks like a wispy dress there.
Right. And I do see long dark hair. I do see that. But if you
you-
look at the bottom of it, it seems as if she is levitating.
Yeah,
It does
she's
not
off the
even look
ground.
like, it doesn't look like she's on the floor. It looks like she's levitating.
Yeah. I
She's
see
standing on the Hat Man's back.
Kind
I can
of.
go for that.
That's what it looks
I
like, don't it? Or Freddy Krueger in the shadow. I'm not sure.
If it jumps up and starts talking about fresh meat, we're in trouble.
I know. I know. Don't say it, Donnie. Just don't say it.
Oh man.
Oopsie.
Oh yeah, I do
Yeah.
see that. I mean, that Hat Man though.
And yeah, I think that's a shadow of something that's down low though. And just giving that kind of look.
Yeah.
But
It-
you know what? Yeah.
Lolo
crisp.
said it looks like a long white wedding dress.
Yeah, and flowing. I mean, like it's flowing. Remember the first Ghostbusters movie when you had the librarian and she's kind of hovering there.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
lady librarian and that willowy, wispy dress that she had. That's what that kind of reminds me of. Well, before she went all, you know what, and scared them all out of there and stuff. But yeah.
Gary says it's a 7-foot tall ghost.
And I don't even know if it's that.
Is
It's
it,
just
or is it
levitating.
kind of levitating?
Yeah, I think it's just floating.
there.
It's something that could be contrived as legs there. It looks like maybe.
Like the dress ends here, and that would
Her
be
legs,
right about just above her knees, maybe.
Yeah,
Right.
And she's still a foot off the floor, really.
Yeah.
If that
Yeah.
right there.
And I mean, we got to realize that this picture was taken 14 years ago.
Yeah,
Mhm.
hard to believe, isn't it?
Wow.
And I'm thinking that hat man we're looking at, because look at the base of him, you can see through it a little bit. I'm guessing it's got to be a shadow right there of some
Down
sort.
here.
No,
I'm thinking it's a nightstand or
Yeah.
a stand of some sort, or
that's kind of what I was thinking too. Because I mean, the more I looked at it, the way it just kind of stopped and just you can see through again. It's
This could be like the edge of a counter
yeah,
there, and then
and
something on the edge there, and
yeah, exactly.
it just looks like a hat man with a overcoat there.
We're wanting to see it.
Well-
That's what it is.
okay.
It looks
so
like
here
the
comes my
silhouette of like
question.
one of those signs that is like "Watch out for strangers," and then it'll show that
Yeah.
hat person in the
Stranger
trench
danger.
coat. Yeah,
Yeah.
stranger
Yeah.
danger.
Stranger danger.
Yeah.
This is my
Okay, so
no-no.
here's my question. Here's my question for everybody.
Uh-oh.
What if that was your daughter?
This is my
And you
no-no
s-
square.
And then you seen that in a picture you took of her.
Well, I
What
wouldn't be
would you
so
do?
worried about her. I wouldn't
What
be so
would you
worried
do?
about the entity that's hanging out there, because I don't get any kind of malevolence feel out of it.
Mhm.
Honestly, if the daughter ever came and told me she had somebody talking to her that wasn't there, then I might be a little worried after catching this. But beforehand, I mean, if the baby hasn't had any, I'm looking at that more along the lines. That could easily be one of her relatives that has already passed on, watching over her.
Yeah. I think if the baby starts saying I see some like Aunt Jane or whoever standing in the corner more often after this, then yeah, time to do something.
Yeah.
All right, Donnie.
Well, you guys know what I would do.
Move.
I don't even have to mention it.
Right.
You gonna cleanse the house?
Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Taco Bell, get me a
you're gonna
nice
fart on
big.
I know what's coming. There we
Oh,
go.
Okay,
yeah.
here we go. Yeah. And he's going to have a gas attack. Do his own type of cleansing.
hmm
Let me
I've
get
done
my-
it before,
Yes.
more than once, more than once. So you guys already know what I'm going to do. You don't have to ask. Can I tell you a quick story? Actually, can I tell you?
I just thought I would ask you something serious, that if
Oh.
it were your child.
Actually, this actually is a very relevant story. Let me tell you the story about the second time I farted on a ghost. Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right. So I had these friends of mine who were like, very close friends, and they were having problems. They were a couple, right? And they had like a 10-year-old. It was a single father and his, living girlfriend, who are both friends of mine. And they were having problems because their 10-year-old kid kept having, nightmares and kept walking into their room at night because he told them like, oh, there's this little girl that's coming out of the closet and sitting on my dresser and mean mugging me while I'm sleeping. And this little girl entity apparently was harassing this kid so bad that it was like messing with everyone's lives, right? His father's girlfriend, like they all couldn't sleep. The kid couldn't sleep, and they were telling me, they're like, "Hey, Donnie, you're kind of in the know with the paranormal stuff. Have you? What do you guys think? What do you think?" Because they felt like out of all their friends, I was the only one they could talk to about this, right? And I would hang out at their house. I would come visit. They're close friends. So one day I was like, you know what, guys, let me handle it. I was having dinner with them one night. I go up to the kids' room. I go into the kids' closet. Let's just say I turn around, I bend over, and I let myself known. Let's just say that much. And I immediately shut the door. I let it kind of sit there closed for a minute, and then I opened it, and like kind of across from the door is the bed. I sat down on the bed. And then I just kind of leaned towards the closet where that entity of that girl was coming out of. And I kind of gave it a psychic communication. Basically, my message was this, like, okay, I know you're in there. I know what you're doing to this kid. That ain't cool. So here's what's going to happen. If this continues, every time I'm here, I am going to do what I just did every single time. And there's not a thing you can do about it. Oh, and also, let me communicate something else you might not know about me. And then I just kind of psychic beam, like, all my involvement in the paranormal field, all my friends who are psychics and mediums and paranormal investigators. And I basically kind of psychically said to it, like, I could bring some problems. I could bring some major problems for you. I can make your life real difficult. And guess what? Afterwards, they told me all of that activity stopped.
Wow.
Okay,
It stopped.
They were
obvious-
afraid you were going to come back.
Exactly. It sounds like it.
It stopped. I'm serious. I would ask them, like, every time I talked on the phone with them, I was like, have you guys been having any more problems? They're like, no. And they're like, what'd you do,
Oh.
Donnie? I was like, oh, I just did what I had to do.
I cleansed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why
Well,
I'm going to go do the Donny cleansing.
I would say I
Donnie
kind of did the
cleansing.
opposite of that, but yeah.
Here.
No, it's the Donny Cho
Yeah.
cleanse. It's the Donny Cho cleanse.
I was just like, yeah.
That's
just-
the name of it now.
I was very clear. I was like,
Literally.
I'm not going to mess with you. If you want to just stay in the closet, do what you got to do. Don't be bothering this kid when he's trying to sleep, and don't be making my friends' lives difficult. That's all. Otherwise, I'm going to keep
Right.
coming back, and I'm going to keep farting into this closet.
And it's true. I mean, well, not about the Donny Cho cleanse, but you do have to make it known when you're doing this, especially when you're trying to stop something from irritating or annoying. You have to set your boundaries and mean them, of course.
Because one of the things I understood about ghosts is that they communicate oftentimes through smells, right? So they can perceive smells and they understand intentions. What is the most intentional smell you can create? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is true. That is true.
Now, okay, does it help if it's like if you eat broccoli right before it or carrots or?
I was actually eating steak and broccoli that night.
Sorry, Brandi.
We were having a nice steak. I actually went up after I had done with my steak. I was like, excuse me, from the table, folks. I got a little business to take care of upstairs in your son's closet.
Ah. All right, are we ready for the next
How about the
picture?
next
Thank
picture?
you, Donnie.
That poor boy's
Thank you, Donnie, for
clothes.
explaining to us how you do
But-
the Donnie Cho cleanse.
But the
That
but the
boy's
activity
closed.
stopped. I'll
Weak.
tell you that much. The activity stopped.
Well, it didn't
Closed.
really like that, did it?
Like I
So-
said, most powerful psychic, baby.
Okay.
All right.
Here's the next one, and this one really creeps me out.
Oh yeah, thanks. Freaking Beetlejuice
This
all
is-
over the place here.
This is like super. This was so.
Those are
I didn't know whether to be disgusted, grossed out, or
Or be like, oh,
those are shoes.
totally interested.
yeah.
Those are shoes. They are
Those are
shrunken
shoes?
head
Oh,
shoes.
Well, where does the toe
Man.
go in? That down at the base? Is that where you put it? Put your foot
Up
in at?
here, maybe, or
those are
Down at the
shoes,
bottom.
really?
I was not thinking you put it
Yeah.
up there.
Those are shoes.
yeah, that would
Man,
be the hair. I guess down here somewhere.
Yeah, I would think you put it in
It's-
those would be on top of the balls of your foot or on top of the toes.
So that would be looking at you the whole time.
Yeah, the whole way, just staring at you.
man, who did they piss off? You know,
I don't know.
man, whoever made those
But
shoes
that's
must have
my
had
thing,
a
I mean-
serious axe to grind.
I'm guessing some seriously mad Amazon tribe. How's that?
I mean, they must have done something real bad to whoever made those shoes. I mean, that is some spite right there.
I have no words really for this picture. Like I said, I didn't know whether to be grossed out or intrigued. I didn't know that somebody would actually wear these. I've
Wonder if
never heard of these shoes before. Now I've heard them doing that sort of ritual and hanging up the heads
Hmm.
from,
Yeah,
something, but wearing them?
Hmm.
yeah, no.
I wonder if those are waterproof.
Oh yeah, good question.
Well, I
doubt it.
mean, I guess it could have been worse. At least they didn't turn them into loincloths.
Well, or the fact now the other question is the rest of the shoe made out of the skin?
I would imagine.
They'd have to be made out of leather of some sort.
Yeah, so You get the whole full deal right there. Then
Where did you find this one, Brandi?
I don't know. In when I was surfing, I'm pretty sure you can just Google it and it'll come right up.
Do we have a picture of
Did it
anyone
work?
actually wearing them as shoes?
No, but I wish we did.
Oh man.
like I said, faces of death.
I don't. I just don't know what culture that would be okay in. I mean, I'm like, I mean, were these shrunken heads, were they bad people?
They must
And
have done something really to really make them angry. That's all I
well,
gotta say.
well, yeah. Are these like a
Yeah.
like dress shoes? Are these dress shoes? Are they ceremonial shoes, or is this everyday footwear? I am not sure.
I don't even know how to search for this. Indian head shoes.
Well,
Shrunken head shoes.
I'm sorry, I got one Crystal put out there. So
Oh wow, that's the first one
Roger,
that popped
I don't want a pair of those shoes. I don't want a pair of those shoes. I like my teddy bear ones or my baby Yoda ones. Those are good enough. I'm really partial to my baby Yoda ones.
baby shark doo 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 doo.
Baby Indian doo 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 doo. Oh,
I don't know. This one just really shocked me. Just
okay.
I don't know if that's telling me that you found it, or the fact that somebody made them, or the fact that somebody probably sold them or traded them.
I don't know. I don't know. I was speechless when I saw it, and I said, "This is crazy."
You can find your pair on Amazon.
For the low price of
Gives a whole new meaning
$19.95.
to Amazon shoes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right. You can buy them for $19.95, but shipping and handling is like $5,000. Okay. So this one is like, I wanted to show what a paranormal investigator and their equipment would look like years, decades and decades ago. Look at all of that stuff.
Wow.
Early 1900s, probably.
Yeah. That's all his paranormal equipment. I said I wouldn't be able to even move. I mean, I carry my
No
stuff in a
kidding.
backpack.
Camera,
Yeah.
whatever.
How would you possibly be able to? I mean, you'd have to set it all up in one room and then just leave it and hope for the best. You couldn't move, and find different spots. You would have to move all of that.
Yeah. I wonder what this thing is.
And don't ask me what any of it is, because I looked at it and I said, I don't have a clue.
Because you can take it all now and cram it all into one phone.
Hey, look, shrunken head shoes. Right there.
He's got a shrunken
right
head
there?
shoes.
Oh, he does, doesn't? Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah. These are all yes.
Wait, zoom in on that. Let's see.
Oh,
It's not shrunken head shoes.
Oh, okay. Damn it. I wanted to see.
I mean, it looks like shoes
Well, yeah.
and a belt.
It is shoes.
Yeah, he's
that
got a
is
lot of
shoes,
stuff.
isn't it?
All right. Yep.
He's just waiting for his shrunken heads to come in so he can sew them on.
Yeah, that's it. They need to go on the toe.
They're on back order.
Yeah, he's waiting on Amazon.
No, he ordered them through Temu.
Team.
These
No
look
wonder
like-
it took so long. He just
these
never
look like
got them.
candles.
Yeah, it looks like pill bins, doesn't it?
Camera, I guess.
Yeah, but that bit right there, is that a? I can't tell what kind. Is that a microscope? Right there in
This
the
here?
middle. Yeah,
I'm in as far as I can go.
I can't tell what it is for sure.
Yeah, I can. And it's like I was like, I mean, there's the obvious, the camera, but I mean, what is all this other?
I
I
it
don't
looks like
know.
It's got little dials that you would slide stuff up and down or
Yeah,
on or
that's-
something.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of looks like a microscope, an old microscope. And then you got the right next to it is a magnifying glass, a reading style magnifying glass.
Yeah.
You go toward the camera,
This one
in
here.
between it and the camera.
Yeah.
Right there, a little bit there. Yeah, that right there. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, that one. Yeah. But yeah, that looks like one of those reading style magnifying glasses from the day.
Yeah.
And
Going
he's got his
Bigfoot, huh?
pistol. Make
That's-
sure you
He's got his piece.
Is that what it is, Crystal J?
Yeah.
She says that it is a camera that picks up auras.
Hmm.
Remember, they used to have those.
This thing?
No, the camera.
the camera itself.
Oh, the camera. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it just looks like those old time cameras where you look down on the thing and it's shooting out.
Yeah.
Like this is the viewfinder right in here. Whoops.
Right, but they had ones that would take pictures of your aura. So they say.
I think I just rubbed
I'm
my
not
eyeball.
saying they worked. I'm just saying.
Is that a Browning Woodsman there, Poncho? Poncho says that's a Browning Woodsman.
For when the ghosts get uppity.
I guess so.
When
I
they
mean,
get
I'm-
uppity, there goes Donny.
Maybe I
When they
bet
get
he's got
uppity.
silver bullets from werewolves.
I just
Instead of
don't know.
farting on the ghost, he shoots the ghost.
I don't know. He
What?
tries to tranquilize them. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Looks like it could be potions or something.
Yeah, what was it? Danita says something about hope it ain't nothing to make him sick, but that you look down at the bottom, it looks like an awful lot of pill bottle type stuff or potion bottles, floating around down there.
Where down here?
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess he was trying to test for chemical reactions or something when he was ghost hunting, or I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. I'd have to read into that scientifically to see what that would prove
Let me see if there was a.
or what they thought it would prove.
Pancho, they'd have to get that pistol, find where they got it. That I have nothing to do with the ones that were brought in. So this is that pistol. I don't know for sure what that is. It very well could be the Browning we were talking about.
It just says his hunting equipment in 1944.
This was a 44. Man, it looks older than that.
It does.
Yeah, ghost hunting equipment. Yeah.
Well, what's that? Is that rope up there? And it looks like maybe some headphones of some sort.
This almost looks like a
that's
movie
video
camera.
Yeah, that's a video
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
That looks like your regular video camera. Yeah.
And
Is it the
whatever
one
that
you
is
crank? It's got to be the one you crank. Is that
Exactly.
it?
That's
Right,
what it
the
looks
crank
like.
looks like it right here. Yeah.
Definitely rope,
This looks like a
And then
record
whatever-
player, maybe.
or tape recorder.
Okay, here's the question.
Tape recorder.
Yeah, here's the question. Crystal J wants to know, do you think these items could be haunted now?
Maybe. All I can say is maybe.
Could be.
When I go, I'm pretty sure there's something of mine that's going to be haunted, and it may or may not be me. I'm just saying. I'm just telling everybody that now.
There's another camera up there. See the
It looks like-
tripod. Pancho pointed it out.
Yeah.
Tripod right there. Another camera back there. It looks like.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that right there on the in the case, that looks like it might be a reel to reel.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see the arm for a record player, but yeah, it'll be real to real.
Right.
Yeah,
But the way the
controls
picture
here,
is taken, it does look a lot older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked. I thought it was the turn of the century.
Yeah.
But looking, because look at his collar and such, you'd have thought that collar would have been earlier in the century versus 1944. Because you know who he looks
Well,
like
it
to
just
me.
depends on what part of the country you're in and
look-
what you did for a living. So,
he looks like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, kind of.
does this give a country of origin?
No.
Is this European or
No, it didn't say. It just said, British. British psychic
Okay.
researcher Harry Price in
There you
his
go.
library surrounded by his ghost hunting
Harry Price.
equipment.
Okay.
Yeah.
so that explains all of that. That's why I said it I
That
don't
explains
know.
the
I just
height.
thought it was weird. I thought it was interesting, that how much the equipment has changed,
Mm-hmm.
in what, 80 years, how much it changed. So I just thought it was just a weird picture.
Oh, I
But
see.
we do
And
have
Yeah.
time for one more. We do have time for one more. Do we have one more?
Stethoscope. Yeah, hang on. Let me.
he does have a stethoscope, huh?
This one here. Oh,
Oh, yeah. I got a different version of this one.
Oh yeah, I know this one. Yeah.
This is Lord something or other.
oh Lord.
I'll remember his name in a minute.
It's not Lord. Oh wait, yeah, it is. Sorry. So it's Sybil Corbet's 1891 photo of Abbey Library in Cheshire, England, of the late Lord Combermere
That was it. Yeah.
sitting in his
I'm trying to
chair.
see if I can find my picture so we can compare them because it looks like somebody did some lightning on it and such.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the guy there. Interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's one.
I did find it interesting, but I knew it had been tampered with because of the lighting itself.
Mm-hmm.
It
And
had gone way yellow and way bright.
couldn't you easily recreate that just by doing a double exposure too? Like if you wanted
You
to?
could.
Just-
Oh yeah,
yeah.
easily.
Yeah, you could.
Even back then you could
Absolutely.
easily recreate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that when this one was done, the development process, we've talked about it. The ghost images that are due to the development process that were left over, from other pictures that were developed, they
Yeah.
get transposed some way, shape, or form through the
Yeah.
chemicals.
Right. So, Danita, the person sitting in the chair is a supposed ghost.
Here.
That's what we're looking at. So I already knew that this photo right here hadn't been enhanced or something as it is right now, because like I said, the lighting on it is Thanks,
There's
Paul.
the now it's legit. Now it's like, yeah,
It is
totally a ghost
legit.
now. Red circle, yeah, that's totally a ghost.
Donnie gives us
No
a red
question.
circle of approval. Mm-hmm.
I almost is there a Bigfoot back there too? I think I saw a Bigfoot back there now.
Could be. Could be.
There he is.
Oh,
I just
there's
found my
Bigfoot.
version of it.
Yeah.
There it is. There's Bigfoot. See it? It's right back there.
What's Bigfoot doing in this old-timey
I don't know.
British room? He should be in the woods. He doesn't belong in there. Just hanging out with
know.
that old man
Very
ghost.
wrong.
Thank you,
The woo
T-Bone.
says do whatever
Thank you,
wants.
T-Bone. That's what that's what I said. I don't know. I don't know. Besides the figure in the chair that we can see, you can't really see anything else in the room except for the table. Everything is washed out. So I knew that this photo itself had been tampered with.
I've got a
But
different version
as
of that if you want to see
but
it.
as the still cameras got more and more popular and people were able to get them, then of course you've always got that one person who is going to try anything to mess with something to see what they can create with it. And that's exactly what happened with a lot of these pictures, is that they were doing double exposures. Just like the very first, the first picture we saw with Abraham Lincoln there, with the double exposure, it's the same type of thing. This again has not, it's said to be untampered. And I think that's,
It's the
So
same
you
one.
still
just
have still have the light.
you still have
burn
that
out
same
in there.
light and everything. It's just a wider view. That's all it is.
Yeah.
yeah, and not quite as yellowed out.
Yep. But
So
this has been tampered too.
I'm thinking this is closer to the original version.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I thought because you can see the rest of the room now, and it's quite clear,
Right.
Whereas
Yeah.
Yeah.
it gets blurry when you get over to where he's at.
Mhm.
Right. Right. So it just makes me wonder, if it's real, if it's not real. I mean, to me, I think it could be possibly, because who's to say that they didn't catch something
Yeah.
spiritual or
Well,
ghostly back then with the cameras they had then. But the only problem I have is that they had a longer exposure time.
mhm.
Mhm.
So how much are we really catching with long exposure unless this thing stayed manifested for a long period of time?
Well, yeah, and you talk about look at the lights that were in that one. Those lights that you're talking about, where the Bigfoot and everything is. That the only reason you got that big a bright of glare of light is because of the double or the long exposure
Mhm.
time. So, but I did notice the one thing that he's blurred in the seat and everything. But
Right.
that lamp post that's in front of him, that lamp that is not blurred at all.
Right.
So how does it get behind that without blurring the other? You know what I mean?
That's what I really don't know. I sat there and I looked at it and I'm like, well, could it be the sun coming in through the window, and then with the long exposure, that's why we're getting this whiteout mess. But and then everything else that is not in the direct sunlight is it looks very crisp in the picture. To me, I think this one could possibly be real.
It's a
I
distinct
think it
possibility.
could,
I don't think it's
but
ever
I don't
been
know if
debunked.
I'd want something like that hanging
Yeah.
out in my library.
Well, it's his library technically.
Yeah.
You're just kind of renting it.
Yeah, true.
True. That is so true. That is his library. We're just there for a
We're
visit.
just yeah.
We're just
Right.
occupying
We're just
it.
there for a visit, right? Well, I don't know, guys. I think this has been a good start to our
That was
first
fun.
show.
Oh wait, let me show you the one I brought.
Oh yeah, we
got the-
I was
okay.
getting ready to end up. With we are
Okay.
ending every show every week with Donnie's. We're gonna say Donnie
So
chose
yeah.
meme of the week.
Mhm.
So we all know this photo, classic, right? The
Mhm.
one with the family, and then there's that ghost that is. Gee, I wonder where the ghost is in this picture, right? I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's somewhere.
Geez,
It's somewhere
shucks,
in that
I
picture.
squint real hard. I think I might be able to see it. Anyway, so I took this and I turned it into a meme for y'all's, and I
We
posted it
got a
on my
meme.
Facebook. I think you guys get the lyric.
Yeah.
To
That's
stay at,
hilarious.
Too young to get that.
yeah.
You need to go somewhere.
I think people in this chat here are old enough to recall this particular lyric. But yeah, I have this meme. I made this a while ago. I posted this one on my Facebook, and I'm sure you guys just admire my lovely Photoshop skills right there. And this one's on my
Exactly.
Facebook. So if you
Wait,
guys are
wait.
interested in more memes,
That's not real.
oh no,
Right.
I know.
That's not real.
Oh my
I
God.
dare
I
you to
don't
put a red
know. I don't even.
Oh my god, I can't have the scandal of me hoaxing pictures going out there, guys. I still have my credibility to maintain.
Right. He
But
took
if you
that
guys
one
are
fair and
interested in more
square.
pictures like that, just check out my Facebook. Not all of it's safe for work, but yeah.
You're welcome.
I'm with you,
Cowboy.
cowboy. I'll be singing it all night long. I already know it.
All right. Okay. Well, everybody, tune in next week at 7 p.m. Central for the Paranormal Show and Tell,
Mhm.
and that's PST for short. And we'll follow that with Donnie Cho's meme of the week. So, everybody, we'll see you next Wednesday. And
Wait a minute,
good
we got
night.
some people. We gotta thank some people real quick.
Oh my goodness, I so forgot. Go ahead. My
Thank
bad.
you,
That was fast.
BMR.
BMR.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Randy.
Yeah.
Randy.
Thank you, T-Bone.
T-Bone.
And T-Bone.
And
again.
T-Bone.
All right.
Yay.
Yay.
All right. Okay, see y'all.
Oh, I got to do the thing. Hang on.
Do the
Forgot.
thing.
I got to. We don't have an out. No.
Do the thing to the thing.
Do the thing.
Good night, everybody.